Good day, Nicholas. Let's jump straight in and begin editing your essay. Okay, reading is fundamental for a child. However, there are some, you can just say some other, okay, let me just put it in red so it's easier for you to see. There are some other skills necessary to his good development that you can say that books alone cannot bring. Okay, good. Just watch your spelling over here with innovative spelt in this manner. Even if it is done in a group. Okay, very nice sentence. Okay, great. That's perfect. But you know, you should be following the sentence guide more closely. So you should say, this is because, okay, it has been well known. Okay, good. So you just need to follow the sentence guide structure more closely and begin the sentence by saying, this is because. Now, okay, now things here get quite confusing. So here, you just need an example to back up what you said in your second sentence. You know, so, and it must be a scientific or academic example. So, for example, according to the University of Barcelona, when children have dialogues about interesting topics, their understanding of these topics is far greater than if they'd just read about them in a book, or is 70% greater than they just... So I hope you can see what I want from your example. Then your okay, so your closing sentence is quite good. You know, just begin with therefore, and you can just say, therefore, it's clearly the case that other activities apart from reading develop important academic skills. Okay, now here again, it's simply everything you're saying is very interesting. It's just a matter of watching the sentence guide and getting that structure. Firstly, this is because, for example, therefore, okay? Beginning your sentences using those words. So what I'd recommend you do is to watch the sentence guide modules again more closely and try to follow that structure more accurately in your essays, because that's what I can see. You have lots of very interesting opinions, your language skills are fantastic. It's just a matter of watching the sentence guide more closely. Okay, so yeah, here again, you're saying lots of interesting things. I'd perhaps break this up into 2 short sentences. And also remember, according to the sentence guide, you need to make some kind of prediction. You need to say, in the future, we will probably observe that, and then you make some kind of prediction that is consistent with what you've said in the rest of your essay. For instance, in the future, we will see that other activities apart from reading will become increasingly popular due to their obviously beneficial consequences. Something like that. Now, again, you know, the exact same problems with your second essay. Also, the essay wasn't requesting you to look at peasant families. Okay, I see what you want to do. So you want to say, compared to these families that existed 200 years ago in Europe, in today's urbanized society, there has been a reduction in communication. So you could actually write your first sentence in the way that I just read it out. Okay. Now remember, you also need to use you need to mention what kind of examples are you going to use. Okay? You need to give some information. Okay? Like you did here. You said, I'm going to be referring to innovative pedagogy. Okay. Now, here, remember, you need a this is because sentence, right? And when you give your example, it mustn't sound as if it's just something that you yourself has observed. It must sound as if it comes from a government, an organization, a university, okay? And then there are some statistics and tests that have been conducted. So the sentence guide does actually talk quite a lot about how to turn personal observations and anecdotes into academic examples. So I'd suggest that you look at that module in the sentence guide. Right, so here again in your last sentence it should begin with therefore, and you should refer back to the central claim you made in your introduction, which isn't altogether clear, because here you seem to be implying that technology reduces communication, and here you seem to be saying that Facebook is great for communication between fathers and sons and grandfathers and grandsons. So there's some issues with consistency. In your introduction, you need to clearly state, I'm going to be arguing that technology reduces family communication, or I'm going to be arguing that it increases family communication. Okay, so you clearly are aware that it's a good thing to refer to a university in the studies. Okay, you need to mention why it has grown in importance compared to the 60s or the 80s. And just, again, you're not following the sentence guide structure, so that's an issue. But, okay, and I'm reading your conclusion. Sorry, I just can't show it in the screen. Okay, yeah, so you mentioned the future in your conclusion. So you clearly have seen the correct modules. Okay, I'm sorry about that. You clearly have seen the correct modules. And you know that, okay, in your conclusion, you need a future tense sentence, and when you give an example, it's a good thing to mention a university. So now it's just a matter of watching them again and incorporating or putting that structure into your essays. But I can see that you have very interesting arguments and your language skills are good, so it's just a matter of following the sentence guide structure more closely. Okay, thanks a lot. Remember to submit your corrections when you next send in your essays, and I very much look forward to reading more of your work in the future.